1,000-year-old idol, a shivling is said to hold the power of the divine Trimurti. You won't find them in a temple, but right here inside a college. Sounds unbelievable, right? Wait till you see it. In Pernem, inside Sant Sohirobanath Ambiye Government College, history has found a new home. What started as a passion project has now become a vault of gods, full of stories, devotion, and centuries of faith. To understand how this unique museum came to life, we spoke to Dr. Rohit Fargaonkar, the man behind the concept and curation. He walks us through the making of the Vault of Gods and the stories these ancient artifacts continue to tell.
One of the oldest Vishnus found in Goa, almost 1,000 years old, dating to around 6th to 8th century. It is done on stylistic analysis, probably dating to the Badami Chalukyan period. Because during that period, we have, these datings are done and they are called as stylistic datings or stylistic analysis. Here you can see he is shown in a four-handed mudra, four-handed form. He is shown holding a chakra, which is called as prayog chakra, means he is ready to fling it on you. Okay, there is a shankha, the gada is missing and the padma is missing. And this mudra is called Kative Lambit mudra. Kati means the waist, Lambit means it's below the waist. So it's below the waist. Okay, and you can see that the hand is showing a dynamic pose. When we bless, we don't do this. Our hands are always like this. This was found in a place called Tuen in the temple tank of Shri Bhagwati. Indra, this was handed over to us by the temple committee of Chamundeshwari. In 2010, when I was doing explorations, somebody from the temple committee informed that this Indra, there is a sculpture of Parshuram, and perhaps they mistook this Ankush for the Parshu. So Tushar, the Tople, the temple president, was very instrumental. He said, Rohit, you please come and I will give you people. Let us see what it is. When we brought it out, go to see, it is Indra. He holds a Vajra, the lightning. He holds a Ankush, which is used to control the elephant. The Airavat is here. He is Vahan. Okay, he holds a Kamandalu and a Yakshamala. He is the only sculpture of Indra found in Goa. Okay, no,
We don't see Indra worship.
Absolutely, you don't see Indra worship. But here you find is a standalone sculpture. We do not know whether Indra was worshipped in Goa Velya during the Kadamba period, because this dates to, yes, even Chamundeshwari, the Murti, the present goddess, she was brought from Goa Velya to the present Pilgaon village. So probably it was brought during that time. This is Kal Bhairav. Okay, again it was found in the same temple tank, and of course it is very beautiful, and it's a very local art you can see here. But backside you can see that is a 3-line inscription, and that inscription tells us that it was installed by a particular person, and it dates to somewhere 1505 Shake, okay, which corresponds to 1583 or so. Now in this inscription you can understand that there is a reference to going. Okay, it is not going, it is Goyat. Okay, and perhaps the first ever known Kokri inscription in Goa. It reads Shri Shali Vahana Shake 1505. Then you don't know what it is. Falguna, you come here, Pratishta Sevi Nagara. Okay, then you have Gabid Sethi or maybe Govind Sethi. Okay, and here you have Goye Siyasani. So it is not Gove, it is Goye Siyasani. And here you have Goe again, okay, which again comes to the next date, which is 1501. Okay, Magha, then Pilgavi, you can see very clearly the word Pilgavi. Goyat, so you can see Goyat. There it is a joint letter. Chandika. This one, this shivling, Normally when we see a shivling, we can only see this part because this part remains in the ground. But in ancient times, say 12th, 11th century, you have shivlings which were as big as this because they signified three entities. So the lowermost part, okay, is called as the Brahma Bhag, Vishnu Bhag and the Rudra Bhag. What we worship is the Rudra Bhag. So the Brahma Bhag is the base. It is always in square form, four sides. This is octagonal, the Vishnu Bhag, and this is round, the Rudra Bhag. So basically depicting all three entities, the creator, the preserver and the destroyer. I would like to draw your attention to these two artifacts. They are sculptures of Betal. Okay, when they are twin sculptures, they are Yetal and Betal. I would like to tell you one thing because lot of misconceptions are spread on social media regarding these. They are called as spirits, they are called as Devsars and Rakhandars and all. But you have to understand one thing, they are basically guardian deities or protector deities. So one is a Yetal and the other one is a Betal. But now if you ask me who is Yetal and Betal, I will not be in a position to tell you because it varies from village to village. Sometimes the bigger one is the Yetal and the Betal, or the Yetal and the Betal. Both are from the same village. This was found in Archaeological. So when we went to that village, the temple committee was very kind enough to tell us that they have these artifacts which were immersed in a water tank, Toli, near the village temple only. So finally they gave the consent and we fished them out with the help of a tractor, a crane, okay, and they were loaded on a truck and they were brought here. So this is basically a wooden chariot, okay, which we brought from Sange, and the temple committee of Vitthal temple was very kind enough. After we convinced them, they said we'll hand it over to you. Basically made out of jackfruit. Okay, people have a misconception in Goa that jackfruit is not used widely, but all the old structures or all the old carvings were done out of jackfruit wood. And the reason is simple, jackfruit wood is easy to carve and it is more durable. So this is a four-wheeled chariot where it was used for procession. Somewhere assigned to 16th to 17th century, and it's very interesting to see that this chariot has got four faces. So what you can see is oil paint which was painted later on, but if you remove the small paint part of it, you can still see traces of organic color which was used for it to be painted. So till now it is not dismantled. Also we have not done any changes in it just because we want to show the archaeological developments of a wooden artifact. What happens to wood over the period of time. It was not dismantled. It is as it is brought here. This is basically a very interesting wooden ceiling. This was a part of a Betal temple in Pangini. So they wanted to renovate the temple, the committee. So they dismantled it. While dismantling, it was broken into pieces during the process of dismantling because there was no expertise there and maybe lack of awareness also. So they decided, we approached them, so they decided to hand it over to our Center for Archaeological Studies. We brought it here. They were all pieces, a pile of pieces, and these pieces were then, it was like a jigsaw puzzle. So we tried to put this puzzle in place, and it took us around 3 days. We invited a artisan from UP, Uttar Pradesh, and he knew how to conserve and restore. He is an expert in that. So with the help of the artisan and with the help of our students, we displayed how this could be assembled. Over 90% of this ceiling has been salvaged, but 10% is lost because we were not able to get the entire pieces together. Secondly, the best part of this ceiling is this lotus medallion. Okay, and you can see there are lotuses on all sides. So it is a lotus ceiling. We refer it to as lotus ceiling of wood. Very beautiful aspect is what I appreciate, or any other person could appreciate, is the petals which are carved. There is so much of realism in it. History is basically taught based on evidences. They are archaeological evidences. So my idea was to teach the students as well as make the community aware of it. So how would we do that? Because history, look, people say, oh, it's only remembering dates. From where those dates have come? How do I write the Goan history? So that is an issue. So we thought of this idea, and it was put across to the then director of higher education, Mr. Prasad Lolekar sir, and he immediately gave a nod to it, and that is how we started approaching the community. So this museum is basically an effort where the people of the community are involved. We have people like Tushar Tokle, president of the Chamundeshwari temple, was very helpful. One of them was Girish Nadkarni. He would go out, and when he would find such objects, he would say, sir, that Rath is due to his this. So he was instrumental. Then we have a person like Girish Keni from Mapsa. He is basically into trade. He is a merchant. He is a very famous personality in Mapsa, and he was instrumental. He said, sir, apan uleta. So there were cases where sometimes people did not understand. Sir, apan uleta. So this is the way things were brought. There are people who have communicated with the temple committee and said, please give it. The total number of artifacts donated to the center or acquired by the center is around 68, and we have around 47 displayed. Now we are falling short of space. So there is a new wing of the college which is going to come. So we have requested the government to kindly provide us space so that we can expand. Basically the aim is to preserve, nothing more. It is to show ancient and medieval Goa.
The Vault of Gods is more than just a museum. It's a space where centuries of devotion, artistry, and faith come together, preserved, remembered, and quietly speaking to everyone who visits.